You're playing against a physical opponent. They use man marking and relentlessly press man-to-man all over the pitch. Let's say it's also an away game. With the support of their fans, opponent players are fired and for 90 minutes your team will feel the breath of the opponent marker at their neck like a hungry wolf. How do you overcome it? Well, maybe the standard guidelines of positional play may not help you this time.
How important was the movement of your players today?
Move the ball. Looks like it's the moving the players, but the move is the ball. That is the people believe, how they move. No. But the move is the ball. Everybody has to be in the position. When you move much, it's not good.
We can find many Guardiola quotes regarding positional play. When you have the ball, you don't move, you stay in position, you move the ball, and thus the opponent. But if your opponent doesn't take the position of the ball as a strong reference while defending, but takes position of your players, then you might be having some problems. Like Guardiola, Simone Inzaghi is another coach giving a lot of importance to space occupation in the in-possession phase. However, his team occupies the pitch in a much more dynamic way compared to many other teams. His players constantly move on the pitch, but the movements are not individualistic. During their movement, everybody continues to pay extra attention to the collective unit, to the rational occupation of space, and the distances between teammates, opponents, and the ball. And as a result, even all players move, they continue preserving a solid structure. In fact, Inter's game style with the ball carries many similarities with motion offense, which is an attacking scheme used in basketball. It's a type of offense based on player movements. Lots of pass and cuts, pass and screens and back screens. When you watch Inter, you can see the application of motion offense in football. Movement is always key in Inter's possession play, from build-up to progression to chance creation. And they move so smoothly and naturally at any part of the pitch that space is always occupied logically. This gives them the speed to populate areas faster than the opponent and create a free man quicker than more rigid positional approaches. This idea especially works very well when your opponent tries man marking.
Già di nostro, con l'Atalanta ancora di più, perché marcando uomo porta pressioni molto importanti e quindi ci vuole grandissima mobilità e i ragazzi su questo stasera sono stati bravissimi.
Look, for example, against Atalanta, after he passes the ball, how Bastoni attacks the space to overcome his marker and becomes the free man. Like Atalanta, Luton is a team that heavily uses man marking at any sub-phase of the out-of-possession phase. Against Luton, we probably observed the least structured Pep team ever. When Manchester City had the ball, this time the movement of players was key for them as well. Although these movements sometimes didn't make any sense from the classical positional point of view. In fact, not using typical formations and not occupying the pitch with equal or logical distances created huge vacancies at Luton's half. And Manchester City players continuously attack these spaces. For example, here De Bruyne is staying very close to Haaland. They are both far away from the ball, and the fact that the team doesn't use a typical formation helps them create a huge space at right half space. KDB attacks this space and delivers another assist to Haaland eventually. City's intentional unorthodox positioning helped them in this game to create space and attack it. We regularly saw diagonal runs, Nunez running to left wing, Doku to right, or Stones and Haaland doing up and down runs, and De Bruyne roaming everywhere on the pitch. And City created many chances, scored 6 goals. These movements, of course, were not products of hasty decisions. Another critical aspect of City's and Inter's success in finding free men against man-oriented approaches was their patience and composure with the ball.
We need players today that don't play one touch. We need to make a lot of touches, every player. We need a lot of touches, because against man-to-man, when you play one touch, is what they want.
Instead of quick passes, they resisted the press and waited for the right moment to attempt to break the pressure. Here, few more touches from Mkhitaryan attract Bastoni's marker and give Bastoni time to run up, attack the space, which is also emptied by Mkhitaryan's down run, and become the free man. And once the free man occurs, the right opportunity arises to break the pressure, as Barella does here. They could manipulate the tempo and attack the opponent's box very quickly and vertically.
So football go in the direction for the Luton play.
So aggressive, it doesn't matter if you are at the top of the league or in the bottom or in the middle.
As we see the rise of high press in world football and the increase in man-marking approaches due to their simplicity and clarity for implementation, as well as effectiveness against typical rigid positional approaches with the ball, the movement of players will become a more and more critical need. And as the movement becomes more and more common, we can see more unpredictable and enjoyable sequences. If the structure could be preserved while players moving around, utilization of such an approach could be extended to destroy zonal or mixed high-pressing schemes as well. Against zonal approaches, spacing and distances are always critical. This is exactly why positional play has become very famous in recent years. Move the ball, preserve the structure, shift the opponent, and the gaps will occur between and within the opponent's pressure lines. However, if you can simultaneously use player movement, you can create further confusion for opponent defenders who try to protect their individual zones, manipulate their shape, create further space and fill the space faster and more effectively. While you stay more confusing and unpredictable through fluidity, motion and rotations, positional play will be also searched more in micro situations. If you are asking how all these things can be done simultaneously, then you should watch Inter Milan. Inzaghi's Inter have already excelled in these movements while preserving their structure, which prevents them from being caught off-guarded in the case of possession loss and still use the advantages of positional play to progress and create chances, not only against man-marking opponents but any zonal or mixed approaches settling either at low or high line. For the coaches who are interested in following this trend, Inter is certainly a team that should be studied carefully. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.